Oh, well. All right. Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is the third of 3 sessions of Hearts and Souls. Hearts and Souls is an RPG that came out in 2006 from Silverline Studios, and it is a supers RPG where your heroes are defined by their drives, and the game mechanics are pretty light, which I like a lot, and it is heavily built to try to emulate aspects of comic books, particularly monologues, internal and external monologues, which is really fun. We're in the 3rd session, which is the last one, and the theme is part of the crossover for the summertime event for Gauntlet Comics, which is this shared multi-GM, many players within the Gauntlet community of online tabletop role-playing game players. And the summertime crossover theme is the Gauntleteer is missing. So the games are primarily set in this made-up city in the middle of the United States-ish. We keep it fuzzy just to be, interesting. And also to not get called on stuff that's wrong. Like, I don't know, the map is actually St. Louis, but doesn't matter because we wiped out all the actual place names. But anyone who lives in St. Louis will be like, I know where that is. But New Gauntlet City, the main hero, the hero that the city named itself after, the Gauntleteer, has existed for many eras. And that hero is the hero that New Gauntlet City needs at the time. The original was a Hispanic man who is currently very old. But in the 1980s, which is when our game is set, the Gauntleteer was known as the Neon Hero. And she was this total badass who had like a cybernetic arm she built herself and carried a spirit sword that she'd wrested away from some supervillain and converted to good. And that was awesome until the Gauntleteer, the Neon Hero, disappeared. And the only 2 who remembered her were the 2 characters that are playing in our game. And that's why the game has been referred to as the Desperately Seeking the Gauntleteer series, which I adore. So set in the 1980s, we have 2 super heroines who are kind of mid to low powered, but with a lot of potential. The lines that we have in this game are, we have a line against sexual assault and sexual violence, and we have a veil on consensual sex. And on top of that, because that's a very light list, we have the X card. So in case we run into anything that was unexpected and uncomfortable for anyone, all you have to do is indicate that you need to X card the thing. We're not going to have a discussion. You don't need to defend yourself in any way, shape, or form. I will not challenge you. I'll just probably ask, just to make sure, just to check in. Hey, is that the thing that we're X carding? Cool. Then we excise it from our play and we move on. No harm, no foul. I have never seen the X card when it has been used to do anything other than make people feel more comfortable, or sometimes challenge us to be even more creative, because I've seen people X card really lazy storytelling tropes. And hey, that's good. I like that. I mean, I use lazy storytelling tropes, but I've got people like Sherry and Laura to elevate it. So it's really on you guys.
We're here for you, Rich.
So with that in mind, let's introduce our players. Just a brief reminder of your characters, and then I will set the scene. Sherry, if you could, you go first.
Yeah, sure. I'm Sherry. I use the she, her pronouns. I am playing the character Marcy Wiggins, whose superhero ID is XS. She has a she has a size changing suit that essentially allows her to shrink down, and she has magnetic powers to allow her to move while she's doing it, with some spy tricks and some sort of magnetics, or, essentially size strength ratio goofiness that can make her, she can hit one point very hard. And that's about it. But she sure tries. She always tries. And she's there for Trixie and Clara.
That's right. And then next is Laura. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Laura. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Trixie Stare, aka Skaterbrained, also she, her pronouns. Yeah, so Trixie's powers are kind of out there. She kind of can channel like this lava lamp goo that comes from inside of her, and she can get it to bubble up to her skin, and she can like throw it, and it's hot. And like the globules are they're hot. You don't want to touch them. And she also has pretty awesome roller skating powers, or not powers, but she's pretty good at them. So they could be a power.
Her
Yeah,
roller skating skills are so good, some might call them superhuman powers.
exactly.
In fact, if we look at your stats, it's probably true because you look pretty spectacularly deft. So, yeah, I'm sure you can pull it off. So, we begin. Again, I try to frame it as much as comic book as possible, but I also occasionally like to have the occasional onomatopoeias or sound effects there, and so we have the perfect onomatopoeia of the very annoying alarm clock that and it is in fact Marcy Wiggins, it is your alarm clock which goes off, and it is 6 or no, before you go to class. How early do you wake up normally? Is this a 3-hour thing? Is this a 2-hour window? What's the window?
Oh, it's the 80s. I mean, big hair is a problem. Yeah. So you got to get up, you got to get the shower, you got to get it toweled off, dried out, hair dry, then the curling iron, then the little hair foops, and then yeah, everything to make it all stay in place. It's a stressful thing. I think 6. If it's going off at 6, that's like late. If that makes any sense.
Okay, so it's going off then more like 5:30ish, right? Just to make sure that the hair foops can be performed.
Foops are a lot of work.
Not
You don't want them to all
crimp.
foop in the same direction. They've got to do, foop this way, foop that way.
Yeah, multi-directional foop seems
Exactly.
pretty foolish, quite foppish. Sweet. So, question, Marcy, when were you living at the warehouse or living at home? You were living at home, right?
No, she stayed at the warehouse. She
Okay,
was on
awesome.
her own. She
Sweet.
describes it as her apartment.
Gotcha. So you wake up in your old bedroom.
What?
Posters are still there the way that you had left them, although you're pretty sure that room was converted to a like office / sewing room after you moved into your warehouse apartment. But yeah, that's when the alarm goes off and you wake up. And what is the poster that we see? Is it like a Punky Brewster poster? Is it like a Cyndi Lauper poster? What is the
it's Duran Duran.
Totally. A Duran Duran poster on the wall.
Yeah. Hungry like a wolf. Yeah.
Totally. Right. Yep. And as you are going through those few moments, there's a soft knock at the door, and your mom opens the door and says, hey, honey, I talked to Nick. He'll go ahead and take you to school today, okay?
Why am I even here?
Huh? Is this metaphysics again?
No. And she sort of stands up and she goes, why am I back here? What happened?
She steps in. She's wearing like a robe and fuzzy slippers. I don't understand the question, Marcy. Are you on?
What's the date?
Are you on drugs?
Absolutely not, Mother. But I need you to tell me, what is the date?
Oh, and she tells you the date. It is. We'll see. What do we think the date was before? Like March 1986 or something like that. March 16th, 1986. It's March 16th, 1986, honey. And you've got your intro to Kim you need to get to.
And it kind of goes, I wasn't staying here. I had my own place.
Oh, well, if you want to talk about finding your own place, you can definitely live at the dorms at the college.
And she's sort of like looking around. She goes, it's March 8th?
Yes, honey.
And let's see here.
I'll make you your Eggos just the way you like them, okay?
All right. That's fine. And she's
Close
sort
the
of
door.
staring out her window, trying to figure out.
Your princess phone is there on the bedside table, right? You know, same princess phone.
Yeah. So if she touches her neck, is her necklace there for her suit?
No, her necklace for her suit is not around her neck.
All right. I'll get on my princess phone and I will dial Trixie.
Sweet. So, Trixie, I don't think we had defined where it is that you live. So, where is it that you live?
So I think that after Trixie moved out of her house, she kind of like sofa surfed for a little bit, and then she ended up like
Laura, you still with us?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Where did I cut out?
You said that she
surfed and
exactly.
then
That's
she
right.
and then we waited.
Okay. All right, so she sofa surfed and then she ended up getting her own super cheap apartment with her little sister. And it's just the two of them there now.
Sweet. So we will say during the desperately seeking the Gauntleteer phase, Marcy received Trixie's number, and you call that. And Trixie, you are woken by, I don't know, would you have a phone in your room?
Yeah, I mean, considering this apartment is like just kind of one room, yes. Everything that I have is in one room.
Inescapable. Awesome. The phone wakes you up. Do you sleep on a couch or do you sleep in the bed? And how old's your sister again?
Let me check that. I want to say I don't think I defined that. Let's say 15.
Oh,
14,
wow.
something like that.
Awesome. That sounds amazing. All right, Trixie's younger sister. Oh, phone rings and wakes you up. It's real stupid early.
Yeah, I think that Trixie kind of like rubs her eyes and is like, what the? Looks around. I think that we like see in the comic the little like incessant ring in the background as she's like getting her bearings, like recognizing the place and being like, what the hell?
Your little sister mumbles, Trix, nobody knows me. It's for you. Can you get it?
She's gonna turn and look at her sister and like, where the hell did you come from?
Our mom?
What the?
Do you have an answering machine, Trixie? Or is this thing just going to ring forever?
No, she doesn't have an answering machine, but I think she's gonna go and pick it up to figure out who's calling her.
Trixie, it's Marcy. You remember me, don't you?
Marcy, what happened? What? I'm back in.
Are you? She goes, I'm back in my bedroom in my parents' house. It's like I don't even have my suit.
What do you mean you don't have your suit? Where'd you put it?
You remember my suit? Oh, thank goodness. I don't know where I put it. It feels like some sort of time trick, doesn't it?
Time trick is. What day is today? What?
It's March 8th. It's the same day we left. But things are different.
So you're not at your apartment.
No. Ooh, we should go there though. No, wait. Or should we go get the Gauntleteer?
Oh my god. Let's go get the Gauntleteer.
Okay.
See if he knows what's up.
I'll meet you there.
The cemetery?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'll pick up breakfast sandwiches, breakfast bagels from Burger King. They're new.
Great. See you in a bit.
All right.
Sweet. So Trixie, you get up, you start to get ready, and when you come out of the shower, I assume Trixie does a shower, right? Because I know Marcy will. You come out of the shower, your sister's there. She's currently playing a Game Boy, and your teammate Queen Dinosaurus from the Slammers team is there. She doesn't look injured. If you remember, she was injured when you guys had that game the other night.
Yeah.
Hey, Trix.
Hey. What's up?
Just checking in. Good for the game this afternoon, right?
Yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there.
All right. You okay? You look like you're a little out of it, man.
Trixie kind of turns and says, What do you mean I look out of it?
You look a little freaked out or something.
Trixie's stare doesn't get freaked out. She grabs her hoodie and just kind of rushes out the door.
Nice. That's awesome. Cool. So then do we pick up with the two of you approaching the Gauntleteer's house?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I
Sweet.
also have a hood on because my hair is not properly floofed.
Man, you didn't even do that. The floofing?
I did a very fast floof, but it's not inappropriate. Yeah, never mind. Let's not get into it.
An inappropriate level of floof was done, is what you're saying. Okay. So as you guys, we cut to the two of you. I guess, Marcy, you ride a bike or did you grab the bus and walk? Yeah, a moped. Cool. So you pull up the moped and Trixie pulls up on her skates up, and you see that there is a foreclosed sign in front of the Gauntleteer's lovely, slightly dusty, aged home.
Open his mailbox.
There's a lot of mail in it, all addressed to one Emilio Chavez.
Go knock on the door. It's like, I think she literally flings the mailbox open, sees all the mail, goes, "Oh no!" runs towards the door.
Run to the door, knock on it, and there's no answer at the door. Trixie, the next door neighbor who has a much newer, much nicer, like split level home, newer construction built in the 80s kind of thing, carpet throughout. He's watering his lawn, and he sees the two. He goes, you two looking for Emilio? He'll ask you, Trixie, because Marcy's up at the door hammering away.
Yeah, I think Trixie's gonna skate up and say, yeah, we're old friends. Where is he?
Honey, I'm sorry. Your friend, you know, he was older.
Yeah. He's seen better days, but where is he?
I think he's seen his best days, honey. He passed.
Passed? Passed what? Where'd he go past?
Passed away, darling.
Wait, where? Well, he wouldn't die. He can't die. You don't understand. He literally can't die.
Well, I mean, he's buried just a block away.
I think Trixie kind of like
He had a good life. He was a good man.
What happened?
Heart attack.
Heart attack? Christ. Oh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is all of his stuff still in the house?
He didn't have any heirs.
I think my friend and I might go take a look. And God, I can't believe and she's gonna kind of slowly skate over to Marcy, relay the news.
Yeah, I think Marcy's figuring out how do you say, pick the lock.
Sweet. I think we should make that a little bit of a challenge. It's not that bad.
No, but I probably have the worst stats for it. So
I know, but it turns out that you happen to be really good with gadgets. So I think the use of coordination-based skills might be a thing, but you know what? I'm going to go with brains. Just understanding locks and figuring this. You're a gadgeteer, so I'm going to go with your brains. This is a human scale thing. You need a 3 or a 4, and you're rolling 3d4.
Okay. Let's see what we get here. Oh, 3d4. Put another one out there. All right, so I'm going to roll all the colors. I got a 1, 2 twos.
Do you wish to perform a monologue in order to reroll your failed?
So a monologue, it's not a conversational thing. It's sort of her talking all by herself, right? And I think
it can be an external or it can be an internal monologue.
All right. And I think that Trixie's standing there and you can see Marcy's doing it. Her hand is shaking. She's got a plastic card out. It's not a credit card or a debit card. It's more like a student ID card that she's found in her purse. And she's trying to jiggle this open. It's not going. And she does this thing and she looks up and there's like tears starting to run down her eyes. And she goes, "This can't be right. We've got to figure out what's happened." And she goes, "Now we have to do it for both of the Gauntleteers." And she kind of looks at Trixie and then she looks back down at her card and starts jiggling it again.
I did it. And clever readers will see that the student ID you're using is not for the community college. It's for the university.
What? Is it my brother's? She stops and looks at it.
It's got your picture on it with properly floofed hair. Fooped hair.
And she kind of looks at it and goes, ugh.
All right, give me a reroll.
I got a 4.
Nice. Door opens up and you step inside and the dust is just kind of floating in the air. It's almost like you can see the motes of dust kind of. We have a little bit of CGI coloring in our comic. Shoot, we spare no expense. You step inside and you see the same pictures that you saw before, Trixie, on the wall. Still a thin layer of dust. What do the two of you do?
I think Trixie's gonna go rifling through all this stuff, looking for any kind of sign that he remembered, or like any kind of clues, hints, anything.
Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and have you. Seems like searching, trying to find something is definitely going to be something along the lines of prowess, right? Intellectual skills and adaptability, non-physical skills, computer programming, code-breaking, brain surgery, and the like. Brains, perception, thinking abilities. No, it'll be brains. So you got to roll brains. Oh, Trixie, not your best thing. Okay. Oh, hey, by the way, Marcy, Trixie, I think both of you get a stress. So I feel fair.
Yes.
All right, rock on. Rock on. So both of you have a stress. So go boot both of you up to a 3 in stress right now. But let's go ahead. This is searching for stuff. It's on the human scale. So you're rolling 1d4. You're looking for a 3 or a 4, Trixie.
Okay, gnarly. Let's see how we do.
Gnarly is right.
That's something I could have done, is like have an 80s slang dealy on the.
A lot of it was so dumb. Like, God, don't have a cow. And,
Gag me with a spoon.
Gag me with a spoon. Gag me out the door with a spoon. Sure.
As if.
So I rolled a 3, unfortunately.
Then you need a 3 or 4.
The 3 is
Oh, I
good.
need a 3 or 4. Cool.
You're good.
Wonderful.
You do not find any signs of the two of you. You do remember, Trixie, watching him, the closet that he went into, and then the false back for it, where he got out his Gauntleteer costume. That is empty.
Didn't he have some old-timey radio?
He did. He certainly did have an old-timey radio.
Can I go over to the radio and turn it on?
It goes and hums a little bit, and then a radio station comes on playing some old country, kind of tear in your beer kind of stuff. Original Hank Williams Sr. style, old country.
I'm going to tune it to the college station.
Cool. So you tune it to the college station, and you hear DJ Hap Holiday broadcasting the best tunes of this time or any other. Hap is bright and chipper. Their radio voice is on point.
What does he play?
He plays. He's not play Istanbul, not Constantinople. He plays. What would be another great song? Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo. It's the song that comes on.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, does he have a landline? It would still be functioning. Requires no power.
That's right. Yeah, he does.
All right. I'm going to call the request line.
Okay. Sweet. And again, this was the community college that had the radio station. So couple rings, and you hear New Gauntlet City Community College. This is Hap. You're on the air.
Thanks. I was hoping you could play a special request for me.
Sure. What would you like to hear?
I heard this cassette and it had a song on it, and it was about Constantinople. It was a really cool tune, and I was hoping you could find that and play it. I bet people would like it.
Huh. I don't know if I've heard of that.
They Might Be Giants did it.
All right. I'll give that a search. Hold on just a minute. You know, everything here's filed by the old system of alphabetical by year. So when did it come out?
1990.
Oh, caller, I'm sorry. It's 1986, honey.
I was thinking, Hap, you were the one person that could help me out.
We're on air.
Well, I might be mistaken.
Well, you know, I appreciate the request, and I'll do my best to remember it when 4 years rolls around. I'll keep an eye out for Istanbul, not Constantinople by They Might Be Giants. You have my word. And if you ever want to come by and take a look at the records that we do have, and quite a few cassette tapes, you're more than welcome to stop by. We're here at the community college. You can find the radio tower as soon as you see the college.
Maybe I'll do that.
And then Hap clicks off, and we didn't do the thing of like you hearing yourself on the radio and him asking you to turn it down, but I assume maybe Marcy's smart enough to walk away.
I would have done that right away.
That's right. Awesome.
Dang it. He's kind of a jerk in both timelines. All right. So his costume is gone. Do you think someone took it, or do you think he took it? Oh God, I'm getting so confused.
I mean, do we have like, are there like newspaper clippings that said that he was indeed the Gauntleteer still at one point?
Yes.
Okay.
There's pictures of him as the Gauntleteer. He eventually was unmasked after a few decades of service.
Okay. She goes, I don't have my suit. I might have the suit at school. I don't have it at home, I know.
Do you want to check out the school first, or do you want to check out your old pad?
Let's try the old place. Just in case they didn't get something right. All
right, let's roll out.
And moped and roller skates sequence. So what's one cool thing that we see Trixie, some trick that she pulls off as you guys are traversing through Cemetery Hill, making your way to the gravestone storage warehouse?
So I think that on like one of the streets, there's like a piece of plywood that's leaned up against a trash can. And I think that Trixie skates up it and then like ends up like going over a bunch of cars like while they're still moving, and then landing, and then like continuing to skate on. Nice.
And then what's the mishap that Marcy gets into on the way?
I think that she's watching Trixie and then rams into a bunch of trash cans. So it's a big, nice. Very loud, as they skitter into the street and everywhere, so.
Sweet. Yes. So you two arrive, and the warehouse looks abandoned, but it looked abandoned when you were living in it because you were up on the second story. The front door is padlocked, but You're able to get through because you're not worried about a neighbor. So if you have to, you could take a rock or I don't
bobby
know,
pin.
bobby pin.
Yeah.
We'll say you can make your way through that lock and head up the stairs, and you find your workshop.
It's there?
It's there.
All right. So I pull open the thing to see if my suit is there.
Your suit is there?
I kind of look at my stuff. Like, is it just like it was before? Same Stouffer meals?
Slightly, like a few things are in different places, and the color scheme is just a little different. But it's the same suit. It's got the same technology. It becomes a necklace. The necklace is a slightly different style, but it's something you like. It's just not the style you chose when you made it the first time.
Huh. So weird.
I think Trixie is now rifling through your fridge to see if you still don't have it stocked on this timeline. I don't know whether or not it is stocked.
If I remember correctly, it was all Swanson dinners.
Swanson or Stouffer's, yeah.
Yeah, Swanson Stouffer dinners with a microwave on top. That's how well it's stocked, just as it is now.
Marcy, why can't your taste in food ever change with the different realities? Kind of slams the
I just don't have time. I don't have time. Like, and you can see she's putting on the necklace, and she's like, still don't get it. Can I fire up the stuff that we used to test the synchronicity again?
Well, you could certainly do that. That seems pretty not human scale. Seems kind of superhuman.
It does.
Yeah, if you want to fire that sucker up.
Okay. And
then
that is.
Have you do that.
Yeah, I want to see if like the synchronicity of this place has changed. Oh, so gadgets. So I'm spectacular at these things.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means.
It means you get 3 dice.
And that's
so 3d8.
Oh, okay.
You're looking for 7s.
Yikes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got so many d8s. Let's roll them. Roll for your party. So disappointed. It showed me a 7 and an 8, and then it went away.
Oh.
Okay.
So you got a 1 and a 2, is that right?
I got a 1, a 2, and a 5.
1, a 2, and a 5.
So disappointed.
A monologue?
Do want a monologue. And she kind of goes, there's got to be a pattern to this. I mean, if we did the time trick, or if they did the time trick, we're going to have a different synchronicity, but it will tell us something. But why would I have done it this way than back with my parents? Oh my God. Hits the button again. An 8, a 5, and a 2 is what I'm seeing. Now let me refresh.
See it too.
Okay, good. Sometimes I get so paranoid.
The synchronicity between the two of you remains, but just like the analogy of you two being a note that a song that has been forgotten or never yet made, the analogy that you come to after you're reading the data is that it's as if somebody flipped a magnet over and your polarity is completely opposite.
So like I'm the note that Trixie was?
No, the two of you are still in synchronicity. You're now in a world that doesn't understand you. You're out of phase.
right. She sort of turns back to Trixie and she's like, so we're sort of the aliens here.
Out of sync with the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get back?
Kind of already know how to get there.
That same portal opening, do you think it's in the same spot as last time?
No, we'll have to recalculate.
Makes sense. Is that going to be a problem without the Gauntleteer?
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, wait. But what if Neon Hero is alive here?
That's right. There has to be a Gauntleteer right now.
Let's go get a newspaper.
Cool. So we have the two of you head back outside. Now you're standing in front of, is it one of those like blue news, like you pull the thing down, you can pull one newspaper out, because in the 80s, no one would have thought you could steal all the newspapers. You just take the one.
No one would. You only need to read one.
Right, you only need one paper.
The thing that is different than what we would remember from the last few decades, though, is that there were like 2 or 3 different city newspapers.
Right. So you've got like a blue one and a green one and a red, all the paper dispensers. And the new Gauntlet Gazetteer is the one that says, it's on the front, and of course it's black and white, right? But it says, Neon Hero saves the city again. And you pull it open, and it's dated March 7th. And last night, the Neon Hero saved the city from nefarious villain by the name of Loki.
Loki was some sort of Norse hero ripoff thing. Weird.
Yeah, totally a ripoff. Like total.
I would never
ripoff.
do that.
The picture of Loki, he is not at all handsome. He has this like goatee that comes down like a devil's point, and these weird green, well, not green, but weird symbols, because it's black and white, weird symbols, and his eyes have no irises. It's really weirdo.
Yuck. All right. Well, and we never saw one in our reality, right?
No, you never saw that being.
Oh, does she have the sword?
She does not have the sword in the picture.
Really?
It's a cybernetic arm. Everything about her outfit looks like the Neon Hero as you remember her, but she doesn't have the sword.
Do you think we should go see her, Trixie?
Yeah. We had a list of hangouts where she would go normally, right? Like we had made a list.
Yeah, you had run into her in some places, right?
That's right. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what those places were.
I think it would be cool if you often had run into her at a Howard Johnson's restaurant. Because that's very 80s.
That's the last hurrah of Howard Johnson's.
That's right.
Okay.
Famous for fried clam strips, frankfurts, and Hojo ice cream.
And the colors, the corporate colors were aqua and orange, if I remember correctly.
You are so right.
Yeah, I'm looking up pictures now because I am unfamiliar.
There you go. There's a Howard Johnson's.
Ah, sorry.
I don't know what you
No,
did.
I think that was an appropriate reaction.
Yeah. How did this place even exist?
It came out of the 70s, right? Maybe the 50s.
Yeah.
Who knows? It was weird.
Came out in the 70s, went out in the 80s. It was sold for $630 million in 1979.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
There was still one in our town for a while, I remember. And then Godfather's Pizza came in, knocked it out.
Godfather's Pizza.
Godfather's Pizza.
Guy who started Godfather's Pizza owned the Detroit Tigers for a while.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah,
Used his Godfather Pizza money to buy the Detroit Tigers baseball team.
Wow. I know that they're big in a lot of places still, but
anyway, sorry for that brief aside. Old people.
Olding. Yes.
Sweet. So we cut to you guys. This is great. It's just like traveling all over. It's a little travel log of New Gauntlet City. And you head in. You do not see the Neon Hero. There are a few pictures of her on the wall with some of the Hojo employees, all very excited to be with the Neon Hero.
I guess Trixie's gonna go up to the counter and just kind of ask, has the Neon Hero been in yet? Kind of doing the whole fangirl shtick.
Cool. So we'll say that I was like, I don't think anybody you guys know would be there. So
it's because we don't know very many people.
The guy behind the counter says, "You didn't hear? She disappeared last night. Just right in the middle. She caught that Loki guy. She usually comes around here, for a little Hojo ice cream, because who doesn't? And then she just, there was a flash of light. She was gone. Now, I don't know all of the Neon Hero's powers, but I never saw that."
What did the light look like? Did you see it?
Yeah, I was pulling a late shift. It was just like a bright flash, like those old cameras with the big flash bulbs. Oh, like a Polaroid, with the ones with the flash cubes, how bright those get. Like that. Blinded everybody for a little bit. And then when everybody came to, she was just gone. Didn't seem like the kind of thing that she would do. Not like the Neon Hero was a person to pull a fade. She was who she was,
Yeah.
We know.
I'm sure she'll come back. Maybe some villain did something to her, but she's always come back, right? The city needs her.
Yeah. The Neon Hero has never let us down before, and she won't start now.
Right on.
Do they refer to her as the Neon Hero or the Gauntleteer?
He's only referred to as the Neon Hero. That's the way she was referred to in the paper as well.
And so she turns to him and she goes, "Have you heard anything from the Gauntleteer lately?"
The who?
The Gauntleteer. It's a super 2.
Oh, like our city.
Yeah.
No, no, I don't. That must have been old times.
And in the picture, she clearly has the arm, right?
Yeah, this is definitely the Neon Hero, the Gauntleteer.
Okay. And does the arm have that gauntlet incorporated in it?
It does. It looks exactly like the Gauntleteer, except for the sword.
Did you ever see her with a sword?
I can't say I ever did. Honestly, as great as she was a little bit of a Johnny-come-lately, if you know what I mean. Heroes come and go. But she'd only been around for, a few weeks? Still, Big hero. Hope she works out.
I think back to what we saw the blade in that moment when it was being held out there.
Mm-hmm.
Did we see something that looked like Loki in it?
You did not see something that looked like Loki in it.
Weird.
Didn't see Loki at all. What you did see was someone, a goth girl. In fact, there's a picture of her on your NPCs and places.
Head trip?
The guy's eyes get really wide. We don't talk about her.
Where does she work out of?
She's got a place downtown, but you don't want to go mess with her.
No, we just want to have a, she cracks her neck, conversation.
I wish you the best of luck. The Neon Hero, when she first showed up, she gave her what for, but now with the Neon Hero gone, I don't think that's going to go too well for you.
I guess we'll have to see.
Best of luck to you.
Thanks. I sort of look around at everyone else.
Yeah, there are people just eating. Nobody's going to
Get in our
look
way.
you askance, really.
No, but I mean, is it like, oh no, my mom was here. This is so weird. But I think Marcy kind of is tugging at Trixie's, at her sleeve, saying, let's go downtown.
Let's go.
And yet another scene wipe as you guys head downtown. It's the 80s, so the bus line still runs down here pretty frequently, but it's just as easy to skate your way down. It's a few miles, so we'll say that it's late afternoon by the time that you get there. Not late afternoon, it's like afternoonish, because you got started real crazy early.
Yes.
So yeah, it's afternoonish. A lot of people around for business, and you see that the Aeon Embassy is here, City Hall, everything that you remember of 1980s New Gauntlet City.
And I think that, like, Marcy's getting off of her thing and she's going, do you remember Head Trip from our Gauntlet City?
You do not. Not offhand.
Okay. And she kind of goes, I just wonder if we're in the Sword or something. Because I saw her in the Sword.
In the Sword. In which in the last reality we were in?
Yeah, in regular Gauntlet City.
All right. Well, I'm assuming that means then that the Neon Hero had taken care of her then.
No, she never hurt anyone with that sword. She never killed them. That was her whole thing. She had awesome control. She just looks up in the sky. Neon Hero was amazing.
It's amazing. We don't know that if she's gone from this reality yet.
Yes, I know. Though he was talking like she was. Wow. Weird. And like he just didn't notice it. Doesn't that seem strange? Only here a few weeks? totally sounds like some other. Okay, let's go look for Head Trip.
Cool. So you're looking around downtown and you run into. Oh, ask you, like, what do you think is an area that existed in the 1980s and maybe it's been renovated, torn down, has become like a hotel or something, but it was maybe a private residence or some building of significance during the 80s?
Well, in our town, there was a theater that they were still trying to keep going. And it like showed art films and stuff like that. And then it got changed into a nightclub later. So something like that.
Cool. So place where the nightclub was, you can see that it, let's see, the matinee, the old matinee, right, which they kept because it was a movie theater at some point. The matinee reads Head Trips. It's pretty ostentatious, like declaring this is my place, and it's right in the middle of downtown.
All right. So we're gonna go in.
Okay.
She kind of turns to Trixie.
Let's do it.
Go do it? Okay, let's do it.
Yep.
So the front doors are open.
Awesome.
I push it open and lights are off. It does not appear that anyone's home. This was a nightclub, right? So the accoutrement of the nightclub is primarily still here, but you see that a really nice couch has been thrown in one corner. There's a really big, like 32-inch television.
Yes. Huge home theater.
Freaking crazy. 32-inch television.
It has
Looks
like the little projector things.
Oh yeah, when the projector thing's set up with a screen and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
32
totally.
inches of super focused projector.
Crazy. So many lumens, like several hundred lumens. It's clear. Just you probably should turn the lights off though. Just But it looks as if someone kind of walked in, decided to make this their residence, moved in a few creature comforts, and then just left everything the way it was.
Okay, I kind of get that. So, but we don't see any sign of her.
No sign of Head Trip.
Oh.
I think Trixie is gonna shout out, "Head Trip, you home?"
Nice. Then you hear there's a set of stairs, right? Because there was like a balcony area that had been converted. Someone comes rushing down the stairs, and the two of you recognize her. It's Darlene Dodds, the ace reporter for KNGC. She looks worried. She says, did Head Trip send you? Everything's okay here. Everything's clean.
What are you talking about?
The whole place is clean. I cleaned everything up. It looks good, right? Everything looks good.
Looks fine.
Okay, great. You'll tell her? Good. Okay. Do you... I guess you work for Head Trip. Do you need a drink or something?
Do you know where Head Trip is?
Well, she didn't come home last night. No, so she'll come back. She always comes back.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's great. I love working for Head Trip. Who are you guys?
We're a couple of independents.
Right. Cool. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this might be a good time to, bug out if you want to, because you seem terrified.
Well, what if... Are you guys playing with me or something? This seems like something Head Trip might do, like just to test my loyalty. So you want like a drink? We got some new Coke.
So we're looking for Head Trap. You say she didn't come back last night. Do you know
No.
about what time she disappeared? Or where she was going?
She says she won't be back for a while. But I didn't know if I should believe her. So she was everything was coming together, falling into place the way she planned it, and I never really know much what she's talking about. She's a little weird, you know?
Did it have something to do with Neon Hero?
Yes.
Anything
She
to
had
do with
been
this?
so happy ever since new Neon Hero showed up, and I told her she should be worried because this Neon Hero was nobody to laugh at, but Trib wasn't scared of her. Now Neon Hero's gone, right?
So you know about that. How did you know she was gone?
So maybe Head Trip said that she could get out of here. I don't even understand what that means. She said that Neon Hero was her ticket.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Did Head Trip ever mention someone named Helix?
Yeah. Head Trip had a Helix. Talked to it through a radio. Crazy old radio.
Where is that radio?
I can show you. You're not going to get me in trouble though, right?
Not unless you make us.
No plans on that. So
Didn't
she
you used to be a reporter?
Yeah, I did. I wrote a story about Head Trip, and she put an end to that. She killed my editor and told the publisher to fire me, and they did. And then she told me I couldn't work in this town. And she was right. The other papers wouldn't hire me, and yeah. It's up here. And she leads you up the stairs, and you find an ancient vacuum tube powered radio. Looks just like the one from American Empire.
Doesn't it? Damn it. She didn't come up here when she sort of stopped. Head Trip didn't come up here when she did her disappearing trick.
No.
Do you know?
No. She went out. She sent a guy out after Neon Hero, and then all of a sudden she got a transmission from Helix, and she took off.
Who was the guy she sent after?
Oh,
non-hero.
that Loki weirdo.
Okay. We might be back, okay?
Okay. I might not be here.
That'd be a good idea. But if you leave the door unlocked, that would
Sure.
be helpful. Yeah, run while you can.
Okay, I won't set everything on fire.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, and don't mention that you ran into either one of us. I think it'd be better for all of us that way.
Sure. You bet.
Do you have a safe place to go to?
Well, I fell behind on my apartment, and so they kicked me out. But I've got a few friends. I'll be okay.
Okay,
I'll be okay. Thanks.
sure.
I'll just couch surf for a bit until I can get things back. If you guys see Head Trip, you tell her I'm dead or something, will you?
Yep.
Okay. And she heads into a little closet area to grab the few things that she had, and she is taken off.
Yikes.
That poor woman.
I know. Okay. So, Hap knew what I was talking about. I think we're going to have to go to the radio station again. Ugh.
He's gonna ask you out again.
Maybe I'll ask you out.
No, let's go.
Cool. You guys think it's a good time for a quick commercial break? Or all right, you've hit the staples, the middle of our double-sized issue. It's currently 16 after. Take 7 minutes or so. So we'll meet you guys back in a few.
All right, sounds great.
It's a perfectly timed break. Beaker really wanted to share his squirrel with me. Squirrel that he's ripped to shreds. That he really wants to pull. Come on. Does this cute little growl thing. It's so funny. As he's pulling on it.
Well, he will keep that squirrel from giving you any what for.
His number one thing is to tear into things with squeakies so they can pull the squeaker out, and then puncture it with his little needle teeth. Some kind of main victory he has.
It's just like a squirrel carcass. Like, that's what my dogs used to do with my shoes.
Oh, yeah. I remember when my wife and I were dating, and the dog we had at the time chewed up one of her Birkenstocks. Oh, she lost her mind. She loved those shoes.
They're all broken in perfectly. And
Oh, yeah. They're the most comfy shoes. All right. You win. You won. Congratulations. He does not look like he felt like he won. Cool. So you guys are headed to the radio station, and it looks just like it did before. When you come through the open door into the lobby area, you hear "Take on Me" by Aha is currently playing over the radio, and you see through the glass of the booth that Hap Holiday, whose hair looks just a little bit different. We'll say that our picture of Hap from original is like a short kind of mod look, and this Hap's hair is, let's see, what's like a mohawk, I think. Yeah, like a mohawk would be fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sort of statement haircut.
Statement haircut from Hap. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because in the Midwest, punk stuff would have kind of just been subtly,
Yep. It's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
A
He
little
probably
bit of
has
pink
like
dye on the
brand
top.
new Doc Martens, hasn't gotten the shine off of him yet.
Brand new Doc Martens. They haven't been scuffed at all.
Exactly. Army surplus pants. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a newbie punk. Sweet. So Hap sees the two of you come in and steps out of the studio as Take on Me is playing. Hey, good. You got the message. What do you need?
I need Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Yeah, that's kind of on my no-fly list due to a certain
head trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think she's gone now.
Say what now? What you talking about?
Disappeared. Adios. What part of that do you not understand?
I mean, I understand it. I just want to make sure that I'm picking up what you're putting down. You're saying that Head Trip is gone. The most powerful supervillain in all of New Gauntlet City. Gone.
In this version of New Gauntlet City.
No comprende. What do you mean this version? I understand timelines, but were you saying there's a different version of the Gauntlet City? Far out. Okay. Huh. Am I cooler there?
Wow. No, I'd have to say no. You're the cooler Hap.
All right.
Trixie kind of like does the sidelong look at Marcy and it's just kind of rolls her eyes.
Trixie kind of goes around the desk. She goes, I'm not going to be here. And she'll go, I need that song.
So I think now it comes to a roll. You're going to be able to convince this hap to trust you.
All right.
So this is on a human scale. You're just dealing with another regular person.
Mm-hmm.
You are using...
Guessing resolve.
I think so. Sorry, I always have to relook at because the name of the stats here that's not what I think. But mental resistance to emotional and psychological strain for resolve. It's definitely not might or deafness or resilience.
Yeah, I mean that's the one that suggests persuasion, right? Emotional.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Let's go for that. That's fine. Let's do your resolve. So, exceptional, 2 dice. Boy, that is weird. There's literally no like how you relate with others. It's all internalized and physical. Huh.
Yeah, you can resist, but it doesn't mention using those, right? So
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna roll the 2 blue 4s, and I'm supposed to get what, a 3 or a 4?
Correctamundo.
Okay, got 2 3s.
2 3s. Hap says, I'll make you a deal. I'll play this song, which puts my life on the line. Then you and I go out for like a burger or something.
If I'm still here, sure.
Trixie bursts out in laughter at this.
And she sort of stops and says, understand, we're visiting from the other Gauntlet City, New Gauntlet City.
Man, that's not fair. All right, I guess. This is like the weirdest excuse City Girl's ever given me not to go out with me, though.
She sort of shrugs and says, sorry. Hey, think about it this way. If I make it back, I have to go out with the other hap.
I guess I enjoy that.
Cool one.
I'll enjoy that in theory, but I don't get to reap the rewards myself. I hope that you make him cooler.
I kind of look at Trixie. There's some superpowers I do not possess.
Are you going to hold her to this, Skater Girl?
What, the date?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure that she goes on it.
All right. And he goes over and opens up like a little tackle box type thing and pulls out the cassette tape. And it's not labeled. And then he puts it in and presses play. And you hear the violin strings play and the thumping bass and a little bit of accordion music as the beginning of Istanbul, not Constantinople, from 4 years in the future plays. And the two of you start to feel a little dizzy and the world starts to spin. And then there's a quick flash of light, bright white light, like a Polaroid flash. And both of you come to sitting kind of back to back in the floor of XS's apartment / warehouse laboratory. What do you do?
Great. Quick. Figure out where we are.
Where we are, when we are, like.
Yeah, exactly. And I think she calls Hap at the college radio station.
Okay. So, and there's a couple rings, and you hear Hap's voice. Hey, this is Hap Holiday, Community College Radio. You're on the air.
Hi, Hap. This is Marcy.
Hey, Marcy. Great to hear from you again. How are things? You got a song you'd like to hear from us?
I would love to hear a song about two cities.
Oh, well, I happen to have a special selection from one of my good friends, an import of a demo tape. May not make it to the airwaves for a little bit, but we'll give you a little preview to Istanbul, not Constantinople. And he starts to play the song.
And I give one of those girl shrieks of delight and hang up on him.
Hello? Hello?
They go, we're back. Let's go find people.
Let's go, Marcy.
All right. And
Try to control yourself, though.
yes. And she is kind of like running back and forth, and she's like, I don't know anything about head trip. What do we got to do? I bet we're going to have to fight her.
Let's find people first, one step at a time.
Good thinking. Let's go.
All right. So who do you want to go see first? Frozen picture of Laura right now. It's great.
It's great. It's the best Frozen picture too. So I think probably the former Gauntleteer, Emilio.
Going to Emilio's place.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So the quick page turn later, and the moped pulls up alongside Trixie on her skates. No foreclosed sign whatsoever. And as you two open the little white picket fence and start to walk down the cracked sidewalk towards his front door, he steps out. He's wearing like a white t-shirt, pair of jeans, and sorry, just can't get over look. Sorry. It's like everything shocks you. I'm sorry, I'm done. I'll stop. I feel like such a great GM. She's always surprised. That's it. I said I was going to stop, but I didn't. I did one more, so I have to 100% stop now. He is wearing a pair of white tennis shoes, and he looks out. You're back.
You're not dead.
Thank gosh. And I think she kind of runs over to give him a hug. And she goes,
Nice.
What's happened?
And there's that moment where he like stiffens for a second because he didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
But then he does the like very platonic patting of the back thing.
Trixie's gonna skate into this hug and like do a big group hug and like kind of knock everyone over.
Awesome.
Nice. This, the two posts that hold up the little bit of the porch there, he kind of goes against that, and so you guys don't actually hit the ground or the deck or anything. He says, the two of you got sucked into that sword, and then all of a sudden Neon Hero came out with this crazy girl, and the two of them started fighting. They disappeared. And the girl was using the sword, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what had happened to you. I was so worried about the two of you girls. I took all I could to get back here, and I've been looking for you. It's been a couple days. Real rough days.
Out we were in the sword. Wait, it's been a couple days?
Yeah. It took me a bit to get back from the Empire, and ever since then I've been keeping an eye out. I've reached out to a bunch of old friends, and nobody heard or seen you or anything.
But how about Neon Hero? Have you heard anything from her?
Yeah. That girl who does the news reports, the reporter.
Darlene Dodds.
Yeah, that's her. She had a couple stories. Neon Hero has been fighting that girl with the sword. She calls herself Vignette or Hairbrained, or what was her? What you
Head
said?
Trip.
Head Trip. That's it. Head Trip. Two of them have been fighting for on and off. I don't know who's chasing who, really.
Mm-hmm. Sort of stop and go, we. And she turns back to Trixie. She goes, We're the ones that have to break the tie.
We gotta help.
We've got to help.
Okay. I can help too.
Oh, she sort of stops and says, what have you seen her doing? Have you only seen the sword, or have you seen anything else that she's doing? Like illusions?
Radio communication.
From what I can tell, she's got the ability to kind of influence people. It's like mental abilities. There was this guy who he tried to make it onto the first guard, but he was kind of skeevy, if you know what I mean. Kind of like that. Like talk people into doing things, control folks. It's very surprising, right, Trixie? Sorry. I didn't stop. So bad of me.
So my audio cut out a little bit there. Can we repeat?
Oh, it's okay. It wasn't. It's really not worth repeating. No, he says he believes she's got mental powers, the ability to like convince other people to do things, control folks, psychic stuff.
Does she have to speak to do it, or does she just do it mentally?
No, she talks to them.
All right. Awesome. That's what I need to know.
Yeah. If you can drop a bubble, she'll probably pass out from lack of oxygen, but she won't be able to talk to anybody. I knew a guy who could do that.
Yeah, that's not what I can do. But I can sure make it harder for her to talk somehow. And she sort of stops and says, how about some air horns? And she sort of turns back to Trixie. She goes, they had a bunch of those at the Derby when we were there, right?
Oh yeah, we've got loads of those. The audience really likes to use them.
Let's go get some air horns.
Sweet. So you guys come rolling in at the Derby, and there's a match going on.
Oh, it's your match for the afternoon.
It's still happening in this time. Crap.
Appears so.
You're
So
late.
when you come in,
you gotta wait.
exactly what happens. Queen Dinosaurus is like, oh, Star Jammer, you're late. Come on, Trex, get out here.
Go, Trix, go.
Yeah, I think Trixie kind of turns to Marcy. It's just like,
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
all right. And then she kind of hollers, I'm not late. I'm fashionably on time.
As long as you help us catch up, we're already one period in.
All right, let's do this. She kind of
Sweet.
puts on
So
her helmet.
puts on her helmet with a big star on it. And let's see how you do. I feel like this is a deafness thing because you're trying to skate fast and stay out of everybody's way. Coordination, speed, and agility are all important here. And it's not superhuman. You're on the human scale. A 50-50 shot with 3 dice. So 3d4, looking for 3s or 4s.
Here we go. All right. Got it. 1 4 and then 2 2s.
All right, that 1-4 is all you needed. And so you help the oh crap, I had it written down. The Slammers. Yeah, your team, the Slammers. You help them come back from behind. Hey, you're back. Yay. Help them come back from behind and take a pretty commanding lead by the middle of the third period. Things are looking pretty well done. Dinosaurus and Morgan, antagonist, are both joking about all of the expensive import beers that they are going to be drinking tonight. And of course, they expect you to come along too.
No. Oh no. I have to bail on my team again.
We'll be back in time. You can go.
Yeah, maybe we'll be back in time.
Yeah, Marcy's is up in the stands cheering you on. Every time you come around, she uses her air horn. You know, she come by.
You guys are rolling
sound.
against the Beach Berserkers tonight.
Awesome name.
Beach Berserkers, several of the girls are wearing like, bikini tops and one pieces with pads over top of it,
Of course.
Some of them have like the white sunblock on their nose. A few of them have the plastic sunglasses with like the green, the big, lots of beach wear going on there. So Beach Berserkers, but they fall. They fall to the slammers. The Gauntlet City's small time league, you guys, with Trixie at the helm. It's, in fact, as you win, Morgan antagonist says, this reminds me of the old days of the Neon Hero when she was running the team. And that's the first time that you realize they remember her too.
Yeah, I think it takes Trixie a moment, and then she's like, wait. Oh, thank God, and then gives her a hug. Like,
nice. Morgan's into that. And how do you want to extricate yourself from the responsibilities of celebrating a victory?
I think that Trixie is probably going to hold up the hand of, let's see, what was my, I'm looking for the, Queen Dinosaurus's hand and like, MVP right here, and like get the girls to kind of crowd around her.
And then you pull a fade.
Yeah.
Oh man, rough. I found pictures for both Queen Dinosaurus and Morgan Antagonist, by the way. They make me happy.
Oh, awesome.
Sweet. So yeah, they celebrate Queen Dinosaurus following your lead because, you're the jammer. You can declare if you want to share that MVP style, and then you sneak out. Tracy,
we sneak out with a bag full of air horns.
Bag full of air horns. Those big ones, like like the canister with those are super duper loud.
They all have the neon orange.
I just realized, like, Emilio showed up.
Yeah.
For the match, he came in like his big ancient car, and you came in the moped, right? So he shows up a little bit late, but he's there with you, and he's got some of the air horns as well. And you see that he's wearing these, like, he's put on his stuff, right? He's put on his Gauntleteer outfit, but it's underneath like a trench coat, and it makes him look a little,
not at all suspicious.
Not at all suspicious at all. He's wearing the gloves, and it's like, oh, it's not good.
Okay, he's an old guy. He's harmless, right?
It does appear like a whole harmless old guy. So, now that you guys have finished that up, you've gotten your air horns that should hopefully bring you to victory. You need to find wherever it is that the Gauntleteer, the Neon Hero, is facing down head trip.
We go to the Hojos.
Go to the Hojos in Central West End.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
When in doubt.
So, Central West End, which is right near Sound Park, is where you guys find the Hojos, and you go there. It looks just like the Hojos from the other dimension. In fact, you even see the same guy behind the counter, but you also see with an afro and a long sleeve shirt, not wearing blue lipstick, but the two of you recognize the Neon Hero is a waitress here. But in the style of comic books and Clark Kent, no one that she works with is aware that she is the Neon Hero.
Oh my God. We go and sit in her booth.
I think both of our eyes are like really wide, and we just kind of like hoggle her.
Yeah, we had to pull Emilio over because he doesn't notice, right?
No, he totally doesn't get it. He has no idea. So I understand why we needed to do the roller. You can't let your team down. But why do we have to go? She's not here.
She will be.
All right, kids. I never quite understand. He goes and he sits and then the neon hero who's wearing a little name tag. Ooh, what's a good 90s or good 80s name?
Belinda.
There we go. So her name tag says Belinda on it. She's wearing the Hojo outfit. She slides a couple of laminated menus, well, 3 laminated menus in front of all of you, and says, "Okay." Well, she lists out a couple of the specials and asks, "What are you guys interested in?" Licks the tip of her pencil, like one of those little, like, maybe probably grabbed from a little putt nearby. She's ready to write on her little, little order sheet that's got the things where she can rip the ticket and stick it for the short order cooks. What do you do?
Say, I need a hero.
Okay, no problem. 1 hero sandwich.
And because a neon hero.
And then she kind of looks down, looks at the 3 of you guys. Who are you guys?
We've been chasing you across dimensions and time.
I saw you. She points right at Trixie. I saw you in a dream. I couldn't hear anything you said. I remember you now.
We want to help. We know about Head Trip and the trouble she's been causing. What can we do?
That's a tall order. And then Emilio says, "I'm not sure if you know who I..." She says, "Yeah, I know you're the Gauntleteer. It's fine." She says, "Listen, Head Trip has got some crazy power, Stig. She can make people do what she wants. Every time that I get close, she either whips out that spirit sword, tries to make me have to fight somebody that I care about. I can use some backup, but I've been afraid to really bring anybody else in, you know?
Makes sense.
But I think you guys have seen what I've seen. So let's do this."
All right. And I hand her an air horn.
She looks at it. Like, what?
It's really loud. If you don't want to hear someone.
I could have used you a few days ago.
Well, in a few days, I'll probably be available. But let's take care of today.
All right. And she's...
I elbow Trixie like, look, it's turning out great. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I think Trixie's trying to look cool, but like she's like vibrating in her seat, like we're about to make it big.
And so you guys are heading out, and that's when the neon hero recognizes the skates, and she says, "Hey, are you on the Slammers?"
Hell yeah, I am.
Nice.
She's the best.
I don't know about that.
You're Trixie Stare. Yeah, the girls have talked about you.
The one and only.
Totally.
Right. All right. Do you girls have any powers?
Maybe a little one.
Got a couple tricks up our sleeves.
Good. We'll need everything you got. Milo, you still in that jalopy? He says, this lasted 20 years. It'll last 20 more. So she goes and talks to the manager. Hey, listen, I need to go. And she comes up with like an excuse that her uncle's sick again. And the guy's like, oh, God. Go on, Belinda. And then she removes her little apron and clocks out. And then you guys head off. She's going to ride with Emilio in the, I think we said it was like a Monte Carlo or something. It's like, big, long boat of a car. And where is a cool place for where she's grandiose enough to probably want to go right back to downtown?
Oh, but she's goth.
She's
The high ground
goth.
in Cemetery Hill.
That sounds even better. Nice. So yeah, the high ground in Cemetery Hill. The Monte Carlo. Trixie, do you do the grab onto the back bumper of the car thing, or do you actually get in the car, or what?
No, I'm holding on to the back bumper 110%.
Nice. And Marcy in your moped just slowly coming from behind.
Oh, no, because I can take all the shortcuts. So she's like, we're heading back to
Going through
hotel,
alleyways.
So she knows,
Yeah,
she's doing all the alleys and up over the sidewalk, and just red lights are nothing to her.
Your red lights, they make me laugh. So not far from the warehouse that you call an apartment, or that you have an apartment in, or something, in the same cemetery where Rampage attacked you, we pick up with the four of you walking, and that's when you see Rampage. She steps out, and from behind her also steps none other than Head Trip. Neon Hero says, okay, we've gone round for round a few times. You dig? This time, you're going down. I got some partners. So, Trixie, what do you do?
I think that Trixie's going to work on powering up. In one hand, she's going to have a globule ready to throw, and then in another hand, she's letting loose the air horn.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so let's see how that pans out for you, Trixie. So we're definitely on the superhuman scale. So you'll be rolling D8s. Rampage is coming after you because Head Trip says so.
Just 2
Sounds.
D8?
Well, let's see. You're using your attack, correct? Attack would be exceptional, and that is 2. So you're right. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
2d8s looking for 7s.
The roll for your bodyguards are good. I have 1 7.
Nice. You certainly do.
You want me to crush you again, little Trixie?
It's about all that Rampage gets out before you let off that air horn, and then Rampage grabs her ears, stumbles forward a little bit, and throws a punch your way. You dodge out of the way, but it does hurt. And so I'm going to give you a stress. But what is it that you do to get in a good solid blow on Rampage now that she is weakened by the air horn and possibly no longer under the control of Head Trip?
So I think that Trixie uses one of the headstones to kind of get some air. She skates up and kind of like goes over Rampage, and kind of like as she's going down, we've got like the slow motion shot of Trixie turning around and like lobbing a globule at Rampage's back.
Nice. And so we you see the little on like hiss as it hits her back, and Rampage falls forward, grabs onto a mausoleum, drops to a knee. It definitely hurt. XS, what are you doing? You see the neon hero is facing off against Head Trip with Head Trip's spirit sword.
Yeah, and I think that what you see is she's kind of come up on her moped and she keeps on going. You see her hit her necklace, she raises the air horn, and you see her jam something into it, and she throws it towards what's her name? Towards Head Trip, so that there's an air horn that's just going off right by her feet. Is the first thing. And then
nice.
If I can manage that, then I will do the shrink and go into fight mode. But my first thing is trying to neutralize Head Trip.
Okay. Then let's see if you can pull off that maneuver. You're still fighting a superhuman, even though it's a mundane thing you're using. It's a superhuman scale of fight. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be rolling D8s. It sounds like you are... I think deafness makes sense here for you. Throwing that in the oh no, you're only ordinarily deaf. Oh no, only one die.
Oh, this is human or D8 human.
D8, yes, it's superhuman scale. So you're on 1D8 and you're looking for 6s or better.
Oh no, I'll roll that red one. It will not go well, but I will try. Got a 5. No, I got a 6.
Oh, you got a 6.
So close.
Man, you did it. You pulled it off.
Did? Okay. Oh, I thought I did.
Right, you need 6s or better.
Yay, I got it. Okay, I got a 6. That's what I see anyway. Is that what you see? The red one is the 6? Tell me yes.
I see. Oh, hold on, they're lower, so I have to. Yeah, I see a red 6. Absolutely. Congratulations. So you throw off this air horn, and it causes her to hesitate because she was about to yell out some kind of command at you. And that's when the Neon Hero rushes forward and grabs at that spirit sword and starts to try to wrest it away from her. So we'll cut. Oh, sorry.
I just say excellent. I will shrink down in the next turn. So
okay. So let's cut back to Trixie, as you have dealt a pretty severe blow to the Titanic Rampage, but she's not down yet. You know that you can count on Emilio to try to give you some backup here. You've got a bit of a plan. What do you want to do? Do you want to continue to fight against Rampage, or are you going to switch off and take advantage of the little bit of assist that you've gotten from the air horn that XS used?
I think that I'm going to continue to distract Rampage. I think that we need Rampage distracted, certainly. So I think that she's probably going to get it so that she's going to try to get it so that her globules are like kind of like forming this little protective shield around her as she skates head on into Rampage's like core.
Oh my goodness, that is so daring. I think you'll hear Amelia go, "Be careful, skater brain. She packs a mean punch."
So do I.
Nice. That's the kind of one-liner that we need from our heroes. All right. Again, working on the superhuman scale. You are going to need to avoid stress. You're going to need 7s or better to avoid stress and face her head to head. This is crazy town. I love it.
The gods were not kind to me today. This round, I got a 1 and a 2.
Ooh, you're going to let that stand, or is it time for you to monologue?
I think that I'm gonna try to monologue this one.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah. I think that we kind of actually see Trixie flash back to like moments with her family and stuff, and like those moments where she couldn't protect those around her, and she's looking to the Neon Hero, she's looking to Marcy, she's looking to the Gauntleteer, and she's just thinking to herself. Oh my gosh, it was muted.
No, we heard you.
Okay, good. Oh my gosh, I think my cat clicked me off. Okay, good. I was afraid that I was gonna have to repeat that. But yeah, I think that she's just going through all this stuff and is just saying, I can't let them down, not this time. If they're putting in their all, I am too. And she like skates even harder in to Rampage than before.
Nice. All right, let's see how this reroll goes.
Oh, please. Okay, I got a 7 and a 6.
Ooh, wow. That paid off. So we get that special monologue from you going all in, and you bowl over Rampage. Like, how does this physically even work? She outweighs you by like hundreds of pounds, but you are a super heroine. You knock her back. She is now the one getting slammed through a tombstone, and it's enough to at least knock her out of the fight for right now. So you've got a clear path to jump in there and try to help out as Neon Hero is struggling to pull the spirit sword away, wrest it from Head Trip so that she can no longer steal the spirits of others. So XS, you wanted to shrink down.
Yes, I wanted to steer my moped towards Head Trip so that it was heading that way. And as I got close enough, do the shrink and then go for a magnetic leap towards, I think, one of her earrings.
Oh, nice. Of course she has cool, big,
It's
gauzy
the
earrings.
80s. We've all got huge earrings.
Gigantic
Wearing cutlery.
earrings. So many such large earrings.
Fishing lures and cutlery. So I'm rolling, and that's, I guess.
Yep. Again, on the superhuman scale, you are going to need 6s or better.
All right. And are we going to treat this as attack or?
Yeah, it sounds like an attack, right?
Yeah, that is my intent.
Oh, we had a stress event for Skater Brain too. We got to remember that.
Oh. It's like I can't. Okay, there it is. All right, so I'm gonna roll those lucky green dice. See if I can kill them.
See how lucky they are.
Yeah. Here goes. Ooh, I got 6 and a 7 again, and they were 2s.
They
changed, so I know they.
They did. I saw them change too, and refreshed, and they are still there. So you ride forward on the moped. What does that look like as you basically are going to disable Head Trip, right?
Exactly. My whole thing is just to kind of come up, and essentially I'm using that just to do like a little stun move right then. Essentially stress her into stun.
Sweet. Stressor in the stun.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know we could do that, but now you have. So, you stress her quite a bit with that heavy attack from your moped. Did you also shrink down? Like, was that part of the overall?
Okay. That was it. It was I was essentially shrinking down, and then the magnetic just to draw myself up to by her ear.
Right. Okay. Cool. So you draw up by her ear, and when the moped hits her, she is off balance, and the Neon Hero reaches forward and wrests the spirit sword away from her, which is a significant blow to Head Trip and a success that she had not had until she had some backup. So I think she is pretty well set up in case Trixie would like to stick her nose in this, because right now you have knocked Rampage out of the fight. Neon Hero has just disarmed Head Trip, but Head Trip still has her base powers of psychically controlling people if she's given half a chance. So what would you like to do, Trixie?
Yeah. Where's Marcy again? I just want to make sure I'm not
On her earring. On the earring of Head Trip. A big gothy earring.
Would have
All
heard a little ding. Maybe over there, Horn. I don't know. You know where she goes usually.
Okay, so I think that Trixie is probably going to try to skate over and is probably going to try to lob like small globules and try to aim for like the face area to prevent her from like talking. This is probably going to require some serious aim.
Finesse. You aren't kidding. Let's see how it goes. So you're going to need 7s or better. We're again on the supernatural scale.
All right.
You're using your exceptional attack. So
Feeling
that gives you
lucky.
2 dice.
All right. I got a 6. That was not a 7 though.
Not a 7. Okay. So are you going to let that go, or are you hoping to do some kind of monologue?
I think I'm going to let that stand.
All right. So you had a stress event. What stress event would you like to choose for your action here?
Let's see.
Because I have a suggestion. What if, again, checking in.
Yeah.
What if Head Trip tells you to take out excess?
Ooh.
And for a moment before you collect yourself, maybe you have to attack her.
I'm fine with that. That's a good twist.
Okay. And then checking in with Sherry. Are you okay
Let's
with?
do it.
Okay. All right. Rock on. So that is the stress event that we are choosing here. Is you feel helpless because the setback that is foisted upon you as Head Trip forces you to attack your closest friend or your current friend who's right here and close to you physically.
Oh no.
Oh no. So you guys are both superhuman. You are making an exceptional attack. Excess, you see this. So you get to try to dodge. You can use your deftness, unless you've got defense. Oh, exceptional defense. So
Yes.
what does your defense look like as you see several lava globules coming flying towards you, which is weird because you're on Head Trip.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is my defense is Head Trip's head. I'm literally grabbing a hold of her hair and swinging back behind her head.
Fantastic.
So,
Cool. So the difficulty is effectively like you guys are doing a roll off.
Mhm.
So we go by highest die, right?
Okay. All right. I'll roll 2 new D8s. Those will be orange, I think. Well, I got to hit the right button. Here we go. I got a 5 and an 8.
5 and an 8. And then what did you get on your attack, Trixie?
I did not roll yet. Sorry.
Okay. Come on, 8s.
7.
Dang it. Why can't you roll better? So you throw several globules, excess moves out of the way, and this new best friend of yours, Head Trip, you don't want to hurt her. So you end up like her hair gets singed, which Head Trip's not in love with because there's a lot of product in there. So it does not feel good. It does not feel good at all. Now, without her spirit sword, without her ability to control excess, with the air horns from Emilio screaming loud where no one can hear her, the Neon Hero holds the spirit sword up to Head Trip's like neck, like I have you, but Head Trip knows that Neon Hero's never going to use the spirit sword on her. Excess, you can just feel it. Head Trip's waiting for her moment, and then she's going to try to betray Neon Hero. What do you do?
I'm gonna take my gloves off and wrap my fingers into her hair, like from the top of her head, and then turn myself full size right on top of her head.
That's amazing. All right. You only need 6s or better. You're using superhuman powers on that scale, and this is an attack that you are exceptional at. So 2d8, looking for 6, 7, or 8.
I got it. I had an 8, and then it went away.
Oh.
Now I have 2 1s.
Oh.
I must. I can
Monologue?
monologue again, right?
You sure can.
Yeah. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I think her thing is I can't let her get away. I can't let her go back to the sword. I have to pull her down here. And I think that's it. It's like it has to be here.
All right,
let's try this again. No better. 1 and a 2 instead of.
Oh man. So you grow large and you end up miscalculating and you end up ripping like some of her hair. But she wrests herself away and you're unable to take her down. She shoves you out of the way, and then that throws the Neon Hero off a little bit. She moves the sword aside and she reaches forward and punches with her. As Rich double checks left and right, kind of imagining that she grabbed the weapon in her cybernetic arm. She punches her with her swatch cover, her swatch wristed arm, punches Head Trip right in the gut. Head Trip doubles over. Scatterbrained, you're right there. Excess has been knocked down. Oh, by the way, take stress, Excess.
Oh yeah, please. Let's do it. And I think I have a stress event then.
Awesome. What's your stress event before we move on? I want to hear this.
A temper tantrum. I really do think she just
flip out.
Yeah, she flips out, and I mean she's just like and no. And
we have all the censored,
and I think she is kind of like flailing at Head Trip and not doing anything, but she's having a temper tantrum right there. I think is pretty much
nice.
It. Totally lost her cool.
A little bit of hysterics there. That sounds awesome. So after Neon Hero punches Head Trip in the gut, Emilio is running up, and that's the reason you have to act, Trixie. This old guy has to go toe to toe with this young girl. He could get hurt, but he's not gonna, he's helped out with some of the air horde backup, but you better take her down.
I think that Trixie's gonna go with a good old fashioned roller derby move and just do like the body block.
Nice. That's fantastic. Cool. So that good old fashioned move, we're still working on the superhuman scale. You need a 6, 7, or 8. You sounds like you're using your might. So you're spectacular at that. Roll 3d8. I'm going to clear these dice. If that's okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's getting confusing.
Yeah, it's a lot. They should be cleared now. There we go.
All right. Cool. So 3d8. Here we go. Oh, wait. Submit.
Ooh.
2 6s and a 7.
Sweet. Those are all successes. So what is this hip check that helps to defeat Head Trip? Trixie, do you have any follow through, or is it literally just a nice, simple, quick hip check to knock her down? And what does that look like?
So yeah, I think that Trixie is going to go she's running her over with her shoulder, and she just kind of barrels through her and kind of lobs her over her shoulder and kind of just zooms around and brings her back her kind of over her shoulder.
Nice. Yeah, and so the Gauntleteer, the original Gauntleteer Emilio, will reach in and pull out a pair of cuffs because he's old. He wouldn't have like zip cuffs. He would have like old style handcuffs, and he hands those off to you, any of you who would take it. Like he doesn't know if the Neon Hero, if the new Gauntleteer is supposed to do it, or if Trixie knocked him down. He just hands over. Here you go. Lock her up. I've already called the cops. They're on their way. And I think he will blow the air horn again, and Neon Hero will pull out of her little cybernetic arm. She pulls out basically like a thing that she can use to gag Head Trip.
Awesome. Yeah, I think you'll see Marcy doing that thing, that sort of apologetic scramble to assist Trixie to like kind of get her head back to it. So she's trying to put she gets the handcuffs on, like follows around behind Trixie and does it. Awkward.
Nice. And you guys finish dealing with Head Trip, and then you look up to see that Rampage runs off, and she like leaps over one of the fences and gets out of the cemetery trying to run away. And the police arrive, as does KNGC. And sure enough, of course, hot on the trail of a new, exciting superhero story is Darlene Dodd's Ace Reporter. And you see she's coming. Marcy kind of Wiggins out last time, and Trixie, you vamoosed. So, but the Neon Hero is here. Are you gonna abandon her to deal with the Ace Reporter, Trixie?
I think that Trixie probably doesn't even totally like realize that all these people are coming. She's still just kind of on a rush from like the high of the fight, and is like, oh my God, Neon Hero is right next to me.
Oh yeah. And Neon Hero looks at the two of you and she holds up, all right, girls, give me 5. And she wants high fives from both of you.
Oh my God, it's like the challenge that Marcy fears the most. You can see her going. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Is we are all caught up in Neon Hero. The both of us are.
Nice. And Darlene Dodds comes. Emilio just kind of fades into the background, puts his trench coat back on. He's out of the limelight now. He's done this plenty of times. He doesn't need the fanfare. He even cleans up a couple of dropped air horns and everything when Darlene Dodds comes up, and the light comes on you from the very gigantic cameraman's camera. And she says, Neon Hero, the Gauntleteer, it is so great to see you again. So, looks like we have a new villain of some kind. And the Gauntleteer puts her arm around you, Marcy, and you, Trixie. She says, more important than the villain that I fought tonight is the people that I fought this one with. This is Skaterbrained and XS, 2 new heroes on the scene here at New Gauntlet City, and my partners. And Darlene looks at the two and says, oh, how exciting, new heroes working alongside. Is this a new team? And she sticks the mic right in your face, Marcy. What do you do?
I have like big heart eyes, and she's just standing there going, like the lights are in her eyes, and I don't even think she opens her mouth. It's just like she's super overwhelmed with what's just happened, and the camera doesn't even make a face. She's just standing there going,
awesome. There's just like this second beat, and then boom, the mic goes into your face, Trixie. Skaterbrained, are you a new member of Neon Heroes team? Are you part of the Gauntleteer's newest team?
I think that Trixie is going to blow her iconic bubble gum.
Yes.
And just kind of say, we'll be around if she needs our help.
Nice. And then she says, "That's fantastic. How exciting. Return of the Gauntleteer to fighting crime, and she's got new people to help her." She turns and starts to ask a few questions of the Gauntleteer about Head Trip, and the Gauntleteer is kind of polite, but also really interested in getting the police in. And she does listen, Head Trip, if she talks to people, she can control their minds. And both the guys there from Gray, I can't remember what it's called, but basically Gray Penitentiary, and like, okay, yeah, we understand, it's section 46, we got that. And they'll come forward and they lock her up and drag her away, and you get evil looks from Head Trip as she is taken away. And the Gauntleteer says, "We did do something good here, and I wouldn't have pulled it off without the help of you two."
I think where she's sort of coming down with, from the thing, and she's like, "I'm so glad that we can help." And she looks at Trixie and she goes, "Isn't Skaterbrained amazing?"
You're both pretty amazing.
So I have some designs I'd like to show you.
Really? I saw your
Yeah.
suit. That looks really great.
Incredible. Should definitely check them out.
All right. Well, do you two have some kind of HQ or place?
Yeah, we do.
Very cool.
And then she looks back at the news thing and said, "We'll have to lose them for sure, though."
Yeah, that's fine. Darlene's cool. She's not going to out anybody. She knows better than that. Hey, speaking of outing people, are we cool about my Hojo's job? Okay, cool. So, think perhaps we've reached a point where we do a little bit of epilogues. Close out scenes in our 3-issue mini series. So this is an epilogue to help you put the character to bed. So feel free to, if you want, like, jump forward in time or set up the spin-off comic that may or may not happen. But this is Gauntlet Comics, so these characters are yours. You can like replay them in other people's games as whatever you want. And I really enjoyed this, so I would not be opposed to, like, at some point another series of Excess of Skaterbrained, or maybe they're in a bigger team. Who knows? We'll see how it is. But for now, to make sure that you feel good about the ending of this mini series, and give you guys, we'll all have a little bit of time to do some epilogue scenes. Oh, Sherry, are you ready? You need a minute or two to think?
Oh, good.
Cool. All right.
Ready to go?
So, yeah.
So,
What does your
yeah.
epilogue look like?
Yeah, I think what you get is it's the date with Hap and Marcy. And she's dressed up and she's really cute, in that 80s way. So she's got like the little bow in her hair. She's kind of gone that kind of Madonna look with like the extra lace and the long skirts and the, a little bit of frilly and a little bit of goth and, all the thrift store jewelry and things like that. She looks pretty cute. And he has this kind of hipster thing going. And they're having dinner, and it's that thing where he's a little nervous and she's a little like, and
she's a little, okay, awesome.
And then she finally like goes, listen, I have something for you because you really did help, okay? And she takes out a Walkman. It has Istanbul, not Constantinople, like you can see that through the window. And she shoves it to him and she goes, "This has synchronicity with all kinds of different time. I know that's your thing, Hap. So I added some tuning. I figured you'd know what to do with it more than I would."
Okay. Yeah, I think I do.
Hey. And if you come across any other, they might be giant albums, I'll be happy to hear them.
That sounds like a real good deal. So, is that your epilogue?
That's
Awesome.
it. I set him up. So
Nice. Scatterbrained. What does your epilogue look like?
Yeah, so I think that we see Skaterbrained kind of back at the roller way, the skate away. And she's teaching a class of like little kids, like little girls, and she's like, all right, so if you want to be in roller derby, you guys got to be tough. You can't let anyone push you around. Giving that kind of little pep talk, and she's like, all right, let's see what you got, and just kind of sends them off and is kind of watching them like teeter their way around the rink, and she's blowing her bubbles, and she walks over and tunes in to the community college radio station, and I think it's playing our song, and she's doing her little dance, right? That's gotten slowly more and more complex. But then I think that like the radio suddenly like starts glowing a little bit, but Trixie doesn't notice. And I think that's the last image.
Ooh, a nice little set of to be continued question mark. The end question mark. All right, that is fantastic. So
artful.
I love it. That's really cool. I love the setup. It's a nice teaser. Really good. So that will bring the 3-issue mini series to an end. Got a few minutes, so love to hear some quick bit of stars and wishes. Although wishes, I don't know, like wishes are if I run Hearts and Souls again, any wishes along those lines. So we will start with Sherry. What kind of wishes did you have from our session?
Wow, I really enjoyed this, and it really did do a good arc. So I can't say that I have like a lot of hanging things that I wished we'd hit on. It felt very complete and tight. I would like to play this again, play it more, and essentially lean into the stress events, lean into the some of the, yeah, I mean, I would love to play this again. So if that makes any sense. And you said something about Tom, is it Tim Kirk or Tom Kirk?
Tim Kirk.
Writer, yeah, Tim Kirk, working on a next edition. So it might be fun when he has a play testable version out that we give it a try. I would love to do that.
I agree. Yeah, that would certainly be pretty cool. All right, well, thank you. So Laura, what wishes did you have?
Yeah, no, in terms of like plotline story, I thought that it was really nice, really well rounded. I thought that we were able to really lean into some more emotional scenes, while also keeping high with good action and intensity. So thank you for that. That was wonderful. In terms of like the game itself, I really like it, how the mechanics are super easy to get into. It's not super hefty, pretty straightforward stuff. But yeah, I think that working on the stress and then really leaning into the drive that's really like pushing our characters forward is definitely something that this game has going for it. And I think exploring that a little bit more would be fun.
Yeah, I agree. I would like to see a second edition that drives a little bit more into, like maybe the drive becomes more of a mechanic instead of always getting rerolls is a thing that you've got to kind of power up to a degree. Like you need to reinforce your drive. You need to embody it in a way so that you can use it to fuel your rolls. Because I love the monologue as a way of expressing that economy, but I want to see more heft to making sure that you're upholding your drive, that you're doing good, actually doing good things for the city that reflect that thing that makes you a hero. Also, I'd like to see more social mechanics, but that just is kind of my default. Yeah. Oh, so let's circle around for stars. Laura, you had to go last for wishes. You get to go first for stars.
Yeah, I mean, stars all the way around. This is so fun. I just love this setting so much. I love these characters, PCs and NPCs alike. Marcy is so cute. I love her so much. I want to be her friend. And then Rich, your NPCs are just so rich. They're so rich. I mean, but and just the whole world is just so nicely put together with all these great little details, and it was just so easy to feed off of this energy, and I just really had a great time. So
Great. Thanks, Laura. Sherry, what about you?
I super enjoyed the trio. I love running superheroes with pair of people. It was really fun. We got to do a ton of things, but we got to lean into a bunch of NPCs, and we needed them. And it was dynamite because I got to see a ton of Laura, and I got to see a ton of you, and it was so fun. I think it's a great. If you say, hey, do you want to play a 2-player supers game again? I'll be like, yeah, I'm there, Rich.
Right.
Definitely.
I was shocked at how, I mean, I've run duets for my wife, so I know how much plot you can churn through with one player, but I was still worried, like, is a supers game fun with just 2 players? But man, it is rollicking good when those 2 players click well and work off of each other. And I felt that from the initial outset of, hey, let's do it like Desperately Seeking Susan, and here's our little, archetypes, so that you 2 could slot in. It was fantastic. It was prescribed in a way, but you guys embodied them so well. So there was a lot of improvisation, but also good acting, like holding true to that character and then letting it grow. And I love some of the little moments along the way of a lot of the monologues, right? But also other small moments with the player characters growing towards each other and going from just Gauntleteer fangirls to like actual friends who are working together and who have been through some weird, bizarre experiences that will hopefully bond them together to be a long-lasting team. So yeah, it was super fun. We will let you go quite a bit early this evening. Hopefully that is all right. And I will go ahead and stop the live stream here. Thank you both so much for playing.